What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another weekly Photoshop challenge. I'm Alexus Washington of Trail Vision Studio, and this is our last weekly challenge, y'all. Ooh, ooh, tear, tear. I feel like it's coming on. It's coming on, but I don't want to ruin my makeup. I'll just say hello to the chat. What's up, everybody? What up, Robert? What up, Bruno? What's up, Oliver? Oliver, you're just, you know what? You are just ride or die, and I love it. I love that for us. What's up, Josie? What's up, Carol? Hey, how y'all doing? Let me know what y'all do. What are y'all excited about today? It's the last one. Are y'all sad or excited? Which one? I'm both. I'm both. Cause I'm excited to show y'all what we're gonna do. Cause it's actually really, really fun. But it's also sad because it's our last one for the month. But make sure y'all join in on the recap. Because we're gonna be doing a recap, I believe it's this Friday. So y'all make sure I want to see all your lovely creations and what y'all created, and how y'all took the challenge and interpreted however you did it. So I would love to see all of that. What's up, everyone? All right. So if you want to join in on this challenge, like always, behance.net/challenge/Photoshop. You'll see this here. You're just going to scroll all the way down into pixel stretch effect. That's what we're doing today. All right. Let's go ahead and get to the work. All right. So this picture is actually Adobe stock photo that I found, and it's so amazing because it's like she's doing like this little movement going on. And I like to dance. I'm like a dancer, not in like a professional way, but but in a like I like to, get down when the music's playing. You know what I'm saying? So this kind of like emulates me, right? This is how I would want to look when I dance. But I don't think I look like that, but it's okay. But anyway, so we're gonna be doing some pixel stretching with my girl here. I think we should give her a name. Anybody want to give her a name? If y'all got names, throw them in the chat. Throw them in the chat. We got to give her a name. I always give my little peoples a name. But anyways, I want to go ahead and use her body and movement to do this pixel stretch. So, I have already you'll see that you'll have a backup photo available, but you'll also see what a final piece could look like. But it is up to you on how you want to kind of move around this, right? And I'll show you some options and how we could do it. But there is a backup photo in your actual working file that you could go back if you need to. You make some mistakes or however, you can always have this backup photo. But I have her already carved out for us. So look at that. We good to go. I also have this background layer. It's just all white. That's all it is. We're just going to work with the all white background only so that the colors will just stand out. So I'm going to show you what we're actually going for, but we can do our own thing today. But this is what we're actually going for today. We're going to do some funky stuff, and we could do the same thing or we can switch it up. I'm going to show you some things if we have time. But I am going to go ahead and get us back here. So the first thing, there's two ways to actually do the pixel stretch, but I'm going to show you the OG way, which is basically just you want to go ahead and make a new layer first. But you want to go ahead and go back to your layer, and then you want to go to the single column marquee tool. I know nobody really uses this thing, and I feel like I never see a lot of people use this thing, but we're gonna use it today. Okay. So basically, if I zoom in, you'll see that it's like this little thin line that is selecting. You see that? It's so thin. It's so thin, but that's what we need. That's what we need. And so I'm just gonna get a full body, sort of all the colors, and kind of select her and try to get all the colors as much as I can of her. Now, another way that you can do this if you want to do it the other way, right? You can also do it where you just take that slither and kind of like you can do that as well if you only want to take a certain section. But I kind of want to get the whole body. You know what I'm saying? I kind of want to see what we can get with the white background maybe. But either way you choose, you could do that way. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my little single thing because it's already there and it's so small. Like when I tell you you need it very, very small so that it can stretch. We'll see. I'm about to show you, okay? I'm about to show you. So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get kind of like all of everything in one thing. Here we go. Hold on. She's got like these neutral colors going on, and I love it. I think that'll kind of give it to us a little bit. Let's kind of move it on over just a tad. Just a tad. I think that'll work. All right, so I'm gonna do a Command J, right? And actually, we didn't need another layer, but it's okay. Well, I'll show you what you could use the other layer for. And then we're going to go ahead and we're gonna Command T, and then, oop, hold on. You gotta hold that Shift button, and then we get a stretch. Look how beautiful that is. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. Have y'all seen this? Y'all seen the pixel stretch before? It is, there's so many ways to do it. So I'm going to actually show the other way too. But oh my God, look at that. Ooh, that's beautiful. And the way, and the reason why I use the actual, the single column one is because it gets it so thin to where this stretch just comes out so beautiful. So it is really, really, really cool. So yeah, definitely, I suggest using that if you can. But yeah, this is super cool. Now, another way we can actually go ahead, we can like get this and then we can make another one, right? So let's see if we can make it. So that's one. Let's make another one. Let's see. I'm gonna bring this down just so it's in the back of her. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use the rectangle one and I'm gonna just get like maybe like right here, like just this part right here. Let's see. I think I like that. Let's go in. That might be too. That's too thick. See, you gotta get it. We gotta get it real thin. You gotta get it real thin. Ooh, I think that works. All right. So then we're just gonna Command J, and then Command T, and then we're gonna hold Shift and let that thing on out. So that is another way to do it as well. So that's one we can actually do as well. There's another one that I actually found not too long ago that was really cool. So you actually can use the mixer brush. Have y'all been using mixer brush? I use the mixer brush mostly when I was editing like portraits to kind of like help with like blemishes. But it let me know what y'all if y'all use the mixer brush. It is cool, right, Patrick? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show y'all. Go ahead and hit another layer there. I have all these layers. Okay, so then we're gonna go to the brush. Where is my brush? Here we go. Nope, that's not the brush. I'm gonna go to B, press B, and then I'm gonna go to mixer brush. And actually, I can hit go to my subject, right? And then I'm gonna hit maybe like around here, and I'm gonna hold Alt or Option if you have a Mac, and I'm gonna click, and then I'm gonna go to my layer 4 because it's empty, and then you can just brush on in there. And that's another way of doing it if you want to get some funky stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get some funky stuff, that's funky right there. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So those are different ways that you can do the pixel stretch. Now, as far as your brush settings, you want to make sure that it's on dry heavy and that you have a rounded edge, a brush, a hard round brush, and then wet on 0 so that it can come out with this cool effect. But yeah. All right, so I'm actually gonna go with the second one because I really want to kind of do some cool stuff. Well, we can kind of do a mix of both. We'll see. All right, so I actually want to go ahead and we're going to move her just a little bit. I'm gonna move her just a tad. I think kind of like right here would be good, and we can kind of like move this. Now I can kind of move this stuff up too, like if I wanted to, but I think it'll be good here. I think I want to move her a little bit over, and I'm gonna show you some cool effects we're gonna do in a minute. All right, I'll just kind of do that a little bit, like that. I like that. Okay, and then I think what I want to do is go ahead and extend this part. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a little bit from that part so that we can kind of pull that back in. So let me see if I can kind of get Let me see. I can probably get that a little bit. All right, let's see. I'm going to do Command J and then Command T. And then I'm going to hold Shift. And let's see. Doesn't come out exactly the same. I don't really like that. Oh, wait, hold on. I think we can work with it. Let's see. Or we could just stretch this thing on out. Either way works. You just make up whatever you want. And you can just, maybe we could just do this right here. Actually, I know exactly what I want to do. I'm going to Command J this thing. And I'm going to bring this down, right? I'm going to bring this down right here. We're not even going to worry about the bottom right now. And we're going to bring this part up. That's what we're going to do. And I'm going to go ahead and select, I'm going to select this right here and just go ahead and I'm going to layer mask it. And then I'm going to apply that layer mask. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with this one. I'm just going to grab it with this layer. I just need this part right here. So I'm going to layer mask it. And then I'm going to apply that layer mask so that it could just be that part. Yeah, look at that. Okay. And I'm going to bring it up. I'm using my arrow keys to kind of just bring it up a little bit. Yeah. Now you could do a different, if you want to try it in different ways, you could do the actual, the rectangle if you want to kind of like grab each one and go through the layers. But I kind of did it the, short way for me. You know what I'm saying? And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and merge these layers. So I'm going to merge these two layers. Let's see, merge layers and boom. Yeah. How we feeling about that? It is a very cool effect, Robert. Yes, absolutely. Turn it into a smart object before stretching. You can, yeah, you actually can turn it into a smart object, but we're just, we're going wild. We're just doing wild and free. We're going wild and free. That's what we're doing today. We're just living on the edge. That's what we're doing. All right, so I'm putting everything behind me, behind my subject. I said behind me like it's me over here. Behind my subject, and we're gonna go ahead and do some twist and turning. And then we're gonna go in and kind of like look like it's, basically behind her and all that. But yeah, let's start there. All right, so let's go to our filter. Let's go to distort. And then we could do some stuff, some really cool stuff in there. So we can actually twirl it if we want. We can kind of actually do that kind of stuff, which is pretty cool. And it'll be like, it's kind of like coming after, like, she's got like this thing where she's kind of like doing like this. So maybe it'll kind of look like it's like kind of going with her a little bit. So let's kind of like, let's see. Let's see if we like that. Let's see. Hold on. I feel like it will go because it's kind of going down. So I think we can go this way and kind of like, yeah, okay. I kind of like that. You know what? I'm digging it. I'm digging it. All right, so I kind of like that. We're gonna go ahead and do Command T and just warp that thing. We're gonna warp it. We're going to warp it. I think I like kind of like giving it like something like that. And I want it to still come from her shoes, right? So I still kind of want that sort of thing. And even though it comes to her hair, not her hand. So we want to make sure that it just goes from her hair. Yeah. Oh, that's looking so funky and I love it. I love all funky things, guys. Funky is my middle name. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I think it's getting there and I'm loving it. How we feeling about it, chat? It's kind of funky and I love it though. Ooh, okay. I think we can kind of like Because it kind of, I want it to kind of resemble the dance, right? The move that she's got going on. And she's not doing this, but I am. What am I doing though? What is this? What is that? Okay, so do we want it kind of high? Do we want it low? I think this is good. I like that. How are we feeling about it, Chad? How are we feeling about it? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go to my layer mask. And I'm going to go ahead and hit B for my brush. Make sure that we are on the right brush. We don't want to be on the wrong brush. Oh, there we go. Oop. Yeah. Okay. There we go. And then I'm gonna use a hard round brush. I'm just gonna, oh, my bracket keys. I gotta make sure I use my bracket keys because I forgot who taught me that, but I think it was Oliver. Oliver, was that you that taught me that? And then I'm gonna go ahead into that, make sure it's on black, and I'm gonna just erase here just to make sure that it kind of stays where we want it to stay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right. Yeah, I love that. I love that. I'm loving how we feeling. How we feeling about that? Because I love it. Now, I think what we can do too, you can actually make this a smart. If you want to make this a smart object, that's actually really smart to make it a smart object first, so you don't have to do this again. But it's okay. We're fine with doing it again. But yeah, you can make this a smart object, and you can actually work with it again, so that you can like keep doing the same thing. No, it was Sean. Yeah, it was Sean. Okay, it was Sean. It was Sean. Sean's a ride or die too. Shout out to Sean. But yeah, so I actually like the way this is going. So I'm actually just gonna work with the way it is. We're just like I said, we're living on the wild side. And since that's the kind of funkiness that we're going for anyway, you can kind of like we can kind of stretch it out. We can hold shift and stretch it out even more if we want. I like that. You could be responsible or you could be reckless. Whatever's your vibe. I kind of dig that. It kind of reminds me of like one of those maps. I don't know. I forget what it's called. Like one of those maps that where you can know where valleys are and stuff. That's what it reminds me of. Yeah, that's looking good though. It's looking good. I think we can like get some of her bottom a little bit. I think we can do that. We can kind of get some of that. So let's see. I think we can just kind of get like her bottom here. And then I'm gonna go to my layer here. I'm gonna get Command J and Command T. And we're gonna hold Shift and stretch it on out. And I think we can kind of like, we got something going on here. I like that a lot though. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and you can make this a smart object. So right, you can that was actually a really smart thing to say. You can make it a smart object. And that way it stays intact and you can just do whatever you want here, but it stays intact. um I'm probably not going to do that because I like to live on the wild side and we'll just keep creating. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Um let's see. Who is it? Let's see. I kind of like, let's see, let me go here. I don't really like the wave. Mm-mm. Not giving it to me. Not giving it for me. It's not doing it for me. Oops. Let me go here. Let's see. Let's do. Hmm. Let's actually just mess with warping. How about that? Command T, and we're gonna warp it. Cause I kind of like the whole warping thing. So you can kind of like mess with the points a little bit. Like I said, it's all about just having fun with it. So maybe you can kind of like, we can kind of do where she's kind of sitting on this plane kind of thing. Maybe that. And it's like warped kind of. Let's see. Yeah, we could do something like that. Mmm. Kind of like that. I kind of like it. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Can you do a full circle of this type of effect? Keyframe. How do you do a full circle of this type of effect? Like a describe like the circle of it. Is that what you're asking? Just make sure to clarity. Make sure that that's what you're asking for. Like the actual effect being circle. Ooh, this looks like a little. I think if I get rid of this, I actually will like this a lot more. I think I will like this a lot more. Let's see, Command T. And more. Let's see. Let's see. Hmm. I think it's getting there, but I don't know. Can kind of like I was trying to get it where she's like kind of sitting a little bit. But that's one. But I think we can kind of keep with that whole wavy thing. So let's go let's kind of go back a little bit. I think we can go with the way I think they were talking about radial. Is that what you're talking about? The little that right there? I think there's a distort here that you can do that. I forget which one it is. I think it's let me see if I can find it. I believe it's the is this one? Is it this one? Nope, that's not it. I forget the actual distort thing that it is. I want to say you can do a round one. I just forget which one it is. Um, let's see. I actually like this pinch one too. Let's go back. Yeah. Actually, this might work better what I'm thinking. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Like more of that too. Let me see. I'm gonna go that. There is a way to do it. I just don't remember which filter it is, but there's a filter that does it where you can change it to a circle. Drop it in the chat if you know which one it is. Is it polar? What is it? Oh, polar coordinates. There you go. Is that what it is? Thank you, Cody. Or was that Hank? Hank. Thank you, Hank. Thank you, Hank. It's definitely giving retro magazine, right? I like that. Yeah. Thank you, Hank. I was trying to figure out which one it was. I think it is the polar one. Yeah, and that's my vibe though. Is like retro kind of thing. I love that groovy and funky. That's all me. I kind of like that. All right, so I think I kind of like this wave we got going on here. Yeah. And also keep in mind, we have these that we made as well. You know, you have like the mixer brush, like I said, that you can use, you know, if you want to use those type of things. I always say, too, is like if you want to kind of mess with it again, the same thing, you can always just hit Command J a couple times, just make sure there's like a, you know, a solid one that you can go back to. But I think we can add some depth in here, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and hit that. Yeah. Okay. All right. So just creating some depth there. You can do that so it looks kind of cool, right? And then you can also do right here. You can kind of we can kind of do some right here and create that clipping mask. And we could just okay. All right. And that's where we at. That's where we at. That is the pixel stretching. If you want to add more depth, you can add more shadows. But I want to see y'all creations. This is our last one. I'm so excited, but I'm also sad to see all y'all creations. And please make sure you tune in for the next round of live streams. I'm Alexus Washington. Thank y'all for joining me this month. I hope y'all had so much fun, and I hope to see y'all challenges. I hope to see it. All right, y'all. Have a good one.